Thanks for tuning in. Like the videos, you guys come in. I haven't been live since. Mm, mm, I don't even know the last time I was live. Was it Wednesday? Good old vacation. Sometimes you need it. A general talk about it, Media 21. I'm sure I'm totally out of the algorithm, but that's okay. At least I enjoyed my holiday. I hope everyone did enjoy their holiday. I hope you had a great time with your friends and family. We're going to get into some hot topics, trending topics, what's being talked about. But like the video as you guys come in, press 3 or 5 more, and where you're watching from, press 5 if you press 3 if you're new, and where you're watching from, press 5 if you've been here before. That's the same. I got to get back into my little sayings, y'all. So allow me a few seconds to do my disclaimer. We're going to get into this first. I'm not certain if I'll do hot topics, trending topics. I might start there first and then get into the news. I'll debate. Um, all comments are allegedly. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Like the video as you guys come in. Allow me a few seconds to get my disclaimer up. Allow me a few seconds to get my disclaimer up. Please like the video. There we go. Please like the video by thumbs upping the video. Of course, the likes should match the views. The best way to support the channel is to like and hit subscribe. So let's go ahead and pin this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get straight into what I said to the reporter here.
Something wrong with him. Anybody that would do what he did, anybody that would allow those people into a state and pay billions of dollars after Somalia, billions of dollars to Somalia. It's not even a country because it doesn't function like a country. It's got a name, but it doesn't function like a country.
What many Americans do find offensive or retarded. Do you stand by that claim of calling someone retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with it. Absolutely, sure.
You don't think
You have a problem with it? You know what? I think there's something wrong with him. Anybody that would do what he did, anybody that would allow those people into a state and pay billions of dollars after Somalia. We give billions of dollars to Somalia. It's not even a country because it doesn't function like a country. It's got a name, but it doesn't function like a country.
So let's continue what he talked about. Like the videos you guys come in. Like the videos you guys come in.
Doesn't have much to do with us, but I'd like to see if we can save a lot of souls. A lot of people are being killed. Last month we had 27,000 people killed in that ridiculous war that should have never happened. It would have never happened if I were president.
Have you spoken with Rubio and with Boston?
I have, yeah. I've spoken to them, and they're doing well. Ukraine's got some difficult little problems. They have some difficult problems, but I think Russia would like to see it end, and I think Ukraine, I know Ukraine would like to see it end.
You just said that Ukraine has a little bit of problems.
Well, we have a corruption situation going on, which is not helpful.
And is that impeding the peace talks?
I said it was going on for 3 years, right? Didn't I say it? 3 years I said it, so I was way ahead of schedule. But I think that there's a good chance we can make a deal.
Mr. President, on Venezuela, can you tell us more about why the airspace above Venezuela should be considered closed?
Because we consider Venezuela to be not a very friendly country. They sent millions of people, really, probably a number in excess of that. And a lot of those people shouldn't be in our country, from jails, from gangs, from drug dealers, from all of the people that came into our country shouldn't have been in our country, causing a lot of problems.
Does your warning
And some drugs.
Does your warning mean that an airstrike is imminent, or should we not read it that way?
Don't read anything into it.
The New York Times reported that you had a phone call with Maduro. Did you?
I don't want to comment on it. The answer is yes.
And can you tell us a little bit
No,
about
I can't do that.
Mr. President, would you say it went well?
Good morning. Good morning.
I would say it went well, badly. It was a phone call, yeah.
Do you think so?
Can you talk a little bit about the strikes and the controversy around Secretary Zelensky takes that?
I don't know anything about it. He said he did not say that, and I believe him.
You don't know if there
You're
was
talking about the two men?
the second strike to kill
Yeah.
two men.
No, he said he didn't do it. He said he never said
Would
it.
you be okay with that if you did?
He said he didn't do it, so I'd have to make that decision.
You've made so clear how you want to keep drugs out of the U.S.
Right.
Can you explain more about why you would pardon a notorious drug trafficker?
Well, I don't know who you're talking about? Which
Juan Fernando Hernandez.
Well, I was told, I was asked by Honduras, many of the people of Honduras, they said it was a Biden setup. I don't mean Biden. Look, Biden didn't know he was alive, but it was the people that surround the Resolute desk, surround Biden when he was there, which was about very little time. And the people of Honduras really thought he was set up, and it was a terrible thing. He was the president of the country, and they basically said he was a drug dealer because he was the president of the country. And they said it was a Biden administration setup. And I looked at the facts, and I agree with them.
What evidence does you share that he was set up and that he wasn't?
Well, you take a look. I mean, they could say that you take any country you want. If somebody sells drugs in that country, that doesn't mean you arrest the president and put him in jail for the rest of his life. That includes this country, okay? To be honest, I mean, if somebody does something wrong, you put the president of the country in jail. They said it was a Biden setup. It was a Biden administration setup. And you have a big race going on this week, next week. I think it's going to be a very important race. It'll be interesting to see Honduras. That's what you're talking about, right?
Correct, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Well, what is the second part of your question? No, I don't have a deadline. I have a deadline when the war is over. And hopefully the war is going to be over. 27,000 people killed last week. 27,000 over the last 3 or 4 weeks. 27,000 people killed. That war should end.
Following up on that, what day?
On the Venezuela boat strike, if there were a second strike that killed wounded people, even in the first strike, are you
Well, number one, I don't know that happened. And Pete said he did not want them. He didn't.
Like the video, like the video. There's about 77 people in the building. I'm going to play it from here. Hopefully it'll be a little bit louder. Like the video as you guys come in. Like the video as you guys come in.
Yeah.
You've been so
Can you talk a little bit about the strikes and the controversy around Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth?
I don't know anything about it. He said he did not say that, and I believe him.
So you don't know if there was
You're talking about the 2 men?
a second strike that killed
Yeah.
2 men.
No, he said he didn't do it. He said he never said
would
it.
you be okay with that if he did?
He said he didn't do it, so I don't have to make that decision.
Mr. You've made so clear how you want to keep drugs out of the U.S.
Right.
Can you explain more about why you would pardon a notorious drug trafficker?
Well, I don't know who you're talking about. Which
Juan Orlando Hernandez.
Well, I was told, I was asked by Honduras, many of the people of Honduras, they said it was a Biden setup. I don't mean Biden. Look, Biden didn't know he was alive, but it was the people that surround the Resolute desk, surround Biden when he was there, which was about very little time. And the people of Honduras really thought he was set up, and it was a terrible thing. He was the president of the country, and they basically said he was a drug dealer because he was the president of the country. And they said it was a Biden administration setup. And I looked at the facts, and I agree with them.
What evidence does you share that he was set up and that he wasn't?
Well, you take a look. I mean, they could say that you take any country you want. If somebody sells drugs in that country, that doesn't mean you arrest the president and put him in jail for the rest of his life. That includes this country, okay? To be honest, I mean, if somebody does something wrong, you put the president of the country in jail. They said it was a Biden setup. It was a Biden administration setup. And you have a big race going on this week, next week. I think it's going to be a very important race. It'll be interesting to see Honduras. That's what you're talking about, right?
Correct, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Well, what is the second part of your question? No, I don't have a deadline. I have a deadline when the war is over. And hopefully the war is going to be over. 27,000 people killed last week. 27,000 over the last 3 or 4 weeks. 27,000 people killed. That war should end.
Following up on that, what day?
On the Venezuela boat strike, if there were a second strike that killed wounded people, even in the first strike, are you
Well, number one, I don't know that happened. And Pete said he did not want them. He didn't even know what people were talking about. So we'll look into it. But no, I wouldn't have wanted that. Not a second strike. The first strike was very lethal. It was fine, and if there were 2 people around, but Pete said that didn't happen.
Does that make you?
I have great confidence.
saying there's no second
know. I'm going to find out about it. But Pete said he did not order the death of those two men.
Do you have any concerns about how those boat strikes have been carried out at all?
Very little, because you can see the boats, you can see the drugs in the boats, and each boat is responsible for killing 25,000 Americans. So and they're doing an amazing job. And you know, we're getting, you just look at the numbers. The amount of drugs coming into our country by sea is infinitesimal compared to what it was just a few months ago.
On immigration,
And each boat, think of this, each boat on average is responsible for the death of 25,000 Americans.
on immigration, your administration made a lot of moves throughout the last few days after we know that Afghan national is the suspected shooter of these National Guardsmen.
They people that shouldn't be in our country this way.
So you announced that asylum.
And that includes Somalians and includes plenty of others.
How long does your administration plan to pause asylum into the U.S.?
I think a long time.
Can you give any?
We don't want those people. We have enough problems. We don't want those people.
Is that a year, 2 years?
No time limit.
And then
But it could be a long time.
you said that.
We don't want those people. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Do you understand it?
I understand.
Who are you with?
I'm with News Nation.
Okay,
My name's Lindsay.
News Nation, great.
Thank
Let me
you.
just tell you something. We don't want those people. Does that make sense? You know why we don't want them? Because many of them are no good, and they shouldn't be in our country.
What do you mean by those people? Can you
The people
clarify?
from different countries that are not friendly to us, and countries that are out of control themselves. Countries like Somalia that have virtually no government, no military, no police. All they do is go around killing each other. Then they come into our country and tell us how to run our country. We don't want them. You got to talk up.
She said how many countries?
Is there a list of
Well, I guess we gave you 19, right? And it's probably more than that.
Is that what you mean when you mean third world countries, those 19?
No, I don't think they're all third world, but in many cases they are third world. They're not good countries. They're very crime-ridden countries. They're countries that don't do a good job. They're countries that don't register from the standpoint of success. And we frankly don't need their people coming into our country telling us what to do.
When you talk about
And I'm talking about like Somalia, where you have a congressman goes around telling everybody about our Constitution, and yet she supposedly came into our country by marrying her brother. Well, if that's true, she shouldn't be a congressman, and we should throw her the hell out of our country.
Off of that, in that same post, you mentioned Tim Walz, and you called him what many Americans do find an offensive word, retarded. Do you stand by that claim of calling Tim Walz retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with him. Absolutely, sure.
You don't think
You have a problem with it? You know what? I think there's something wrong with him. Anybody that would do what he did, anybody that would allow those people into his state and pay billions of dollars out to Somalia. We give billions of dollars to Somalia. It's not even a country because it doesn't function like a country. It's got a name, but it doesn't function like a country. Yeah, there's something wrong with Walls.
Mr. President, you said that you might denaturalize some American citizens. Can you talk
I
about
mean, people that are in here that shouldn't be here.
people that became Americans? Are you trying
Well, we'll
to
see.
revoke
I
their
mean, yeah, if we
citizenship?
have criminals that came into our country and they were naturalized maybe through a Biden or somebody that didn't know what they were doing, if I have the power to do it, I'm not sure that I do, but if I do, I would denaturalize absolutely.
What do you mean by
Do you have a question? Yeah.
what do you mean by reverse migration?
It means get people out that are in our country. Get them out of here. I want to get them out. We got a lot of people in our country that shouldn't be here, and they came in through Biden. And he was the worst president in the history of our country. But the single biggest thing he did was allow millions of people into our country that shouldn't be here. Drug dealers, prisons were opened up and allowed to come into our country. You take a look at the people that were allowed to come into our country. We're paying a big price for it, and we will for years to come, including the recent killer of two wonderful National Guards people. And I'll tell you what, that animal should not have been allowed to come into our country. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Have you spoken with the Angelos family? Can you give us an update on
I have spoken to both families. Well, I mean, I can give you an update. They're devastated. Does that make sense to you?
Of course.
They're devastated.
Can you give us an update on Angelos?
Well, as you know, the one is no longer with us, and Andrew is fighting for his life. And his parents are unbelievably religious people, and they're praying, and they want everybody to pray for Andrew, and he has a chance to make it, but he is, his mother and father, they were so unbelievable. They were so positive. From West Virginia, great state. I spoke with Sarah's parents too, and the only thing I can say, they were devastated. They can't even believe it happened.
Like the video, like the video. Fair use reaction clip. Like the videos, you guys come in. Don't forget to hit subscribe. There's about 182 in the building. Please hit subscribe and turn on your notification. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone.
Yeah, I do. I've already suggested it. I said, when you're ready, it's a tough thing. Come to the White House, we're going to honor Sarah. And likewise with Andrew, recover or not, we're going to honor her.
I just have one more question about Witkoff, because you mentioned, and this was asked previously, can you tell us what day Witkoff is going to meet with Putin? And then on that, is that
sometime next week?
Okay, you don't have that. Is it early next week, late next week?
Sometime next week.
And
Mr. President, on healthcare, because it's so important to so many Americans.
You know, one of the reasons that healthcare can work is because of what I just did with favored nations. You're going to have drug prices coming down 500, 600, 700% because of me. In other words, we're going to have the lowest drug prices, tied for the lowest drug prices anywhere in the world. It's called favored nations, and you don't talk about it. It's probably the biggest thing to happen in medicine in the last 100 years, and it can have a huge impact, positive impact on pricing for healthcare.
What about extending the
Chair, are you any closer on that right now?
I know who I'm going to pick. Yeah.
Oh, tell me, Kevin Hassett.
I'm telling you, we'll be announcing it. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. President.
This is a rocky flight. We're going to get out of here before something happens. They asked about my MRI. MRIs are very,
Governor Walz asked you to release the MRI records.
Will you tell us what it was
Governor
for?
Walz, you mean the incompetent Governor Walz? So if they want to release it, it's okay with me to release it. It's perfect.
What were they
It's like my phone call where I got impeached. It's absolutely perfect. So if you want to hear about it, or if you want to release it, you want to have it released. News Nation, failing News Nation. News Nation is doing lousy, by the way. But if you want to have it released, I'll release it.
Please, can you tell us what they were looking at?
For what, releasing?
No. What part of your body was the MRI looking
I
at?
have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain, because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing. Goodbye, everybody. You too.
He's something else. He will insult people, and he has constantly. Like the videos, y'all come in. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Fox News alert, here we go. One of the two National Guardsmen shot on Thanksgiving Eve is still fighting for his life. He's in critical condition this morning.
I'm going to continue here. Hold on.
And we start with a Fox News alert. Right now, a National Guardsman is fighting for his life in critical condition this morning after allegedly being shot by an Afghan national on Thanksgiving Eve.
So it comes as officials revealed that the suspect was likely radicalized while living in the United States.
And we knew about him going off the rails as early as 2023. Madeline Rivera joins us live in Washington with the latest. Maddie.
Hi, good morning. 24-year-old Andrew Wolf remains in the hospital today where he is surrounded by family members. His parents say their son is a fighter and they're asking for prayers.
You know, I had a chance to be at the hospital yesterday, and I want to tell you something. When you go there, sometimes when you go to a hospital, a lot of people are very concerned. People certainly are here, but the positive energy, the spirit that the families bring to bear, that his friends have, everyone is rooting for him so hard to make it to that next level, and it's really encouraging to see.
Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Like the video as you guys come in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. Let's continue with the news. Like the video as you guys come in.
Prices would likewise soar as the radical left forced more electric vehicles onto the grid while blocking approvals for new power plants. They want to block the approvals. They want you to have a car with electric, but they block the production of the juice that runs the cars. All of them, all forms of cars. It's just the craziest thing. We're in a different sphere now. We're on a whole different planet. right now. The result would be rolling blackouts and a collapse of our power systems. We'd have a total collapse. You couldn't do it. You couldn't even do it. Think of it, they're forcing you to do something, and they want you to do boats also. I assume boats are being covered by this. And boats, they want you to go all electric, and the batteries are so heavy, the damn boat practically doesn't float. I used to have a lot of fun talking about that one on the tours. We talk about it. I said, what would happen if the boat sank? Because we went to North Carolina, South Carolina, we visited boat factories. Unbelievable guys. And they said, sir, we have one problem. They're forcing us to go electric for the boat. I said, how's it going to work? The boat will not float, sir. It's so heavy. And it won't go fast, and lots of other. And I did ask him a question, because I have a lot of background. My uncle was a big shot at MIT, the smartest guy. He never had a smarter guy. And I guess I have a little of that. My first question was, what would happen if the boat sank? Do you get electrocuted? Remember I said that? And I used to be decimated by these people back here, right? I used to be decimated. They'd say, what kind of a crazy question is that? So I'm actually serious. What happens if you're in an electric boat and the boat is going down? You're in trouble, Susie. And I used to say, remember, I'd get decimated. The audience loved it, but the press would laugh at it. I said, so if I have my choice of going down, we're jumping 5 or 6 yards away from the boat, but there's a shark there. What do I do? You know what I said? I'd rather be electrocuted. I said, I'll take electrocution every single day. But actually, he said, nobody's ever asked me that question, sir. He makes boats. Nobody ever asked me that question. That's really an unusual question. He said, and honestly, I don't have the answer. He wasn't able. I said, don't worry about it. If I win, you won't have to worry about it. But today we're saving California, and we're saving our entire country from a disaster. Your cars are going to be thousands of dollars less money. And even the ones that, if you buy electric, we're not going to make you do certain things that are just a waste of money and just time-consuming waste of money. They make you do things that are no good for anybody, make the car worse, and make it much more expensive. Over the past 5 months, our administration and Republicans in Congress have fought for the American auto worker and for Teamsters and for, by the way, right to work. We have them all. We have, we just call them just workers. We fought for workers like no one has ever fought before. I understand that. It's why we won. We won with workers. We won with young people. I just saw with TikTok. I was #1 on TikTok in its history. Can you believe that? So I guess I like TikTok. That's why they're saying, are you saving? And we probably will say on TikTok, actually. But on my first day in office, I ended the Green New Scam and abolished the EV mandate at the federal level. We abolished it, which is basically that everybody will be driving an electric car within a very short period of time. Now I know why Elon doesn't like me so much, which he does, actually. He does. And he never had a problem. It's very interesting. This is not something new. This has been there from day one, Speaker, right? We're going to abolish the EV mandate. And Elon still endorsed me because, honestly, he never, ever spoke to me about that. And I used to say, I'm amazed that he's endorsing me because that can't be good for him. I'm abolishing the EV mandate. And I once asked him about it. You never talked to me about that. He said, well, as long as it's happening to everybody, I'll be able to compete. It's a very interesting answer. I thought it was a very honest answer, to be honest with you. And I talked about it, that incredible, you would have thought he would have been from day one. You got to make sure you don't do the EV mandate, the abolishing. He never did. He's very honest in that sense. And he did say to me, I actually asked him because it was like really strange how I'm with him. He's very, friend of mine. And he makes electric cars, and we're saying you're not going to be able to make electric cars, or you're not going to be forced to make all of those cars. You can make them, but it'll be by the market, judged by the market. And that's what he said. He said, as long as I'm on the same plane as everybody else, we're going to do good. We make a better product. I said, that's very cool. It's very cool. That was my answer. After that, he got a little bit strange, but I don't know why, over much smaller things than that. As part of the One Big Beautiful Bill, will also further slash the funding for the Green New Scam. As you know, it's the greatest scam in history. saving American taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars. The windmills are killing our country, by the way. The fields are littered with them, junk. They're littered with them. And they get older, and they get rusty, and they get bad, and they get... This is other countries also. It's the greatest scam in history. It's the most expensive energy you can buy. They're ugly. A friend of mine comes from Minnesota. He's been in New York. He hit it big. He's a very successful guy, actually. And he wanted to go back, see his mother who's not well. And he went back to Minnesota. Hasn't been back there.
Every day brings something different. Your style should too. At Maurice's, we make it easy to show up feeling comfortable.
Like the video, fair use, reaction clip.
And up a
Good morning,
road,
good morning.
Most beautiful fields. I remember them so well. And I was so looking forward to seeing him again. And I looked at him, and they had windmills all over him. These horrible, horrible structures. A very smart guy, this guy. He said these ugly, horrible things. And he said it was so bad I actually drove back to see it because I couldn't believe it. Before I even got to my mother, I drove back. I said, "How much do you like your mother?" But no, it hurt him to see it. He said, "I looked at this field. It was one of the most beautiful places in my own mind and imagination that I've ever seen." And I said, "It's littered with this garbage." It looked like a junkyard, he said. And some, so then you get different manufacturers, and they don't look alike, and they're not painted alike, different colors. You have, even if they're white, one's a beigey white, one's a darker white, one's a lighter white. And then they start to rust after 4 or 5 years. And then they start to wear out, and nobody takes them because you're not allowed to bury the propellers, the props, right? Can't bury the props for some reason. I don't know why, but they say that you can't bury a certain type of fiber, and if it goes in the ground, we're all going to die. It's what bullshit this is, okay? They can't bury. So what they do is they leave them up. If you go to Palm Springs, California, take a look. You go into this beautiful community. Before you go, it's like you're riding through a junkyard. Windmills all over the place. Tall ones, short ones, dead ones. They're all dead. Some are hanging over by a thread. They never take them down. They just leave them there, and they start to rust. It's one of the greatest scams, and it's also the most expensive energy. And the environmentalists say, "Oh, we love wind. It sounds so good," but it's a horrible thing. Environmentally, it's a horrible thing. I say that to you. It's wind, and we are going to have virtually no one mandate we have. We're going to natural gas, nuclear. Nuclear, we just had a big signing with nuclear, making it easier, safer, and better. It's really, I would say, probably more than any other form of energy that's come about. It's been amazing what's been done. It's very safe, very good, and very inexpensive. But we're not going to let windmills get built because we're not going to destroy our country any further than it's already been destroyed. You go and look at these beautiful plains and valleys, and they're loaded up with this garbage that gets worse and worse looking with time. It starts when the rust comes. 4.5 years it starts to rust. And it's very expensive to paint them. So they don't paint them. And they're horrible. What's happened is horrible. So we're not going to approve windmills unless something happens. It's an emergency. I guess it could happen. But we're not doing any of them. I hope the Senate will soon pass a bill the House can quickly approve and get to my desk by the 4th of July. We'll have this done. And to further defend our auto workers, I imposed a 25% tariff on all foreign automobiles. Investment in American auto manufacturing is surging because of it. They have Mercedes all over. They pay 25% if they don't make the car in the United States. Because of that, and this could have been done long before Trump. This could have been done by any one of the presidents. I did it with China. The reason you don't have Chinese cars here is because I imposed it my last term. I actually asked the question. I said, "Do we have any Chinese cars here?" "No." "Why?" "Because you imposed a 25 or 27.5% tariff on Chinese cars. So they're not coming here, but they are going to Europe all over the place. But I love China. We just made a deal, and I respect President Xi a lot. And we made a deal that's good for both countries. The deal we made with China, good for both countries. Going to be a lot of money made, and it's going to ultimately open up China, which is the ultimate thing. And I'm going to be working with President Xi. We had a long talk about it. And that's going to be good for China. It's going to be good for us. But we're going to be opening up China. That's bigger than what we signed. And I think had we not signed it, that wouldn't be happening. It's going to happen. It's going to happen fairly soon. But to further defend our auto workers, I imposed this 25% tariff on all foreign automobiles and investment in American manufacturing and auto manufacturing. All manufacturing is surging. And I might go up with that tariff in the not too distant future. The higher you go, the more likely it is they build a plant here. Ford has just announced that it's going to invest $500 million in some of the things involved in what we just did. General Motors is going to spend $4 billion. They just announced that yesterday. Stellantis announced that it's going to reopen its Belvidere assembly plant. That's good. I know the plant very well. Had a lot of problems. They're going to spend $5 billion. And Hyundai announced that it will invest $21 billion in America. They wouldn't have invested 10 cents if we didn't have tariffs, including for manufacturing American steel, which is doing great. American steel is doing great now because of what we did. You wouldn't have, if I didn't put tariffs on steel, they were dumping steel. China and a lot of other countries were dumping steel in our country. Garbage steel, dirty steel, bad steel, not structurally sound steel, real garbage, but it was still there, lots of it. And if I didn't put tariffs, I put 25 and 50% tariffs on steel, right? John James, we put tariffs on steel, and we were doing great with steel. Now we're really doing great. A big investment's being made in Pennsylvania. You've been reading about it. They're going to spend $17 billion on U.S. steel. And all the steel workers wanted it. And we have a golden stock. We have a golden share, which I control, or President controls. Now, I'm a little concerned whoever the president might be, but that gives you total control. It's 51% ownership by Americans. And we have a company, a great company, Nippon. They're coming in from Japan. They're going to spend $17 billion. And somebody said, well, what happens if it doesn't work out? I said, they spent $17 billion. We can't put it on a trailer and drive it to Japan. This is steel mill. You know, some businesses you can move. You move your office, and that's where the business is. With this business, they're spending think of that, $17 billion. They're going to have them all over the country. I want to introduce several of the great Americans representing the millions of people whose livelihoods we're saving with today's action. I just can't tell you how incredible this action is, because nobody thought. This was one that I wasn't so... I would have rather had it than almost anything, but I was told by everybody, except that guy right there, that you couldn't get it. Bill Kent runs a chain of family-owned convenience stores that opened in West Texas in 1957, known as Kent Quick. And Bill, if you could come up and say a few words about what the signing means to you, please.
Wow, you're probably wondering why I've called you all here today, right? What a great day. From my perspective, I'm in the convenience store and petroleum marketing business, and what this does is it gives us freedom. It gives the consumers freedom to pick what kind of car they want, but more importantly for us, it gives us the ability to plan going forward, because with mandates, we were forced to have to look at putting in infrastructure that frankly is extremely expensive and doesn't give you any return. So this allows us, it's going to free me up and our companies up to invest in what people want, in the cars they want, and it's a great day. So, Mr. President, Congress, thank you, Steve, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you.
And a friend of mine for a long time is John Hess. He's one of the top CEOs in the country, and he's now the CEO of Hess Corporation, one of the biggest oil producers, and he's a fantastic person with great knowledge of the subject matter. Can you say a few words, John? I see you in the audience. Come on, thanks.
Hi, I'm John Hess, and CEO of Hess Corporation, a proud producer of oil and gas in North Dakota and the Gulf of America. And so you all know that I was born in New Jersey, grew up in New York, and my father started our company by driving a secondhand oil truck. So, Mr. President, it's an honor to be before you today. Thank you for that. Mr. President, during your campaign, you made a commitment to the American people to repeal unworkable and costly mandates for cars and trucks and let the consumer choose what type of vehicle they drive. Today, with the bipartisan support of Congress, you're making good on that promise. I'd like to recognize Speaker Johnson, Leader Thune, other members of Congress whose tireless efforts were critical to the outcome we're celebrating today. And a special thank you to Senator Capito for her leadership. This announcement today is about consumer choice and affordability for American families. It's also about making our country, auto industry, more competitive, Mr. President. You said that very eloquently. As you know, Mr. President, one-size-fits-all policies like those adopted in California do not work. America, in every state, every American should be able to choose what they want to drive, not the government. We as a country would be basically leaning into our competitive advantage with this repeal on oil and gas. Oil and gas for our country.
Like the video, like the video.
Energy dominance, economic prosperity, and national security. We are truly energy independent. So, Mr. President, on behalf of Hess Corporation, on behalf of the oil and gas industry, and every family across our country, thank you for your courageous leadership and your commitment to consumer choice and energy affordability. Thank you very much.
Very respected guy. The California EV mandates would also have devastated our nation's incredible truck drivers and the trucking industry, and I gave you a little bit of a rundown of that.
Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Like the video as you guys come in. There's about 346 in the building. Please hit the subscribe button as you come in. Please hit the subscribe button as you come in.
Cool, but the same exact journey would require an electric truck driver to stop also 6 times at recharging stations, adding an estimated 9 hours to the trip. I don't know too much about the trucking industry, but this is not sounding good. Here to discuss a little bit about the trucking industry, Gina Jones. And Gina, a real expert on trucks, I can tell you that. She's going to come up and tell us about trucks. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you, Mr. President. And thank you, members and Congress. The trucking industry has America's back. And we are grateful that a president and the administration that have our back too. Today, trucks are 99% cleaner than a generation ago. We need great partners in government to continue that process. We cannot allow one state's regulations to disrupt our entire nation's supply chain. Allowing California to do so would have negativity impacted the hundreds and thousands of truck drivers who deliver critical goods across the country each and every day. In order to deliver for American families and businesses, we need realistic national standards. With the signing of this resolution, Mr. President, you have delivered the leadership that trucking industries need. Promises made, promises kept. On behalf of the On behalf of the 8.5 million Americans who work throughout the trucking industry, I thank you.
Great job. So just to wrap it up, I say under the Trump administration, we will restore the full strength, might, and glory of the American auto and trucking industry. We'll protect our truck drivers, auto workers, small business people, and manufacturers all over our country, and actually all over the world, and that's okay too. They'll be doing a product that works, a product that's much more efficient, that's better, it's much better, less expensive, and we'll put affordable energy and affordable car ownership back on the center of the American dream as we make America great again, and that's what's happening. We're making America great. You know, when I went over to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, just a couple of weeks ago, the leaders of those countries, and they're very smart people, they said, you know, you've made in a short period of time America the hottest nation in the world. It's the hottest, that you're the only one we talk about now. And 6 months ago, it was a laughing stock. They said that to me, those words. It was a laughing stock, and it was an absolute laughing stock. We've got the hottest nation right now in the whole world, and the numbers are reflecting it too. So I just think it's great. And what I'll do is I'll sign this, then we can take a couple of questions if you want. And we will be finished, and you're going to go off and you're going to build the most beautiful automobiles for 20% less money. And I want to thank you, man. You have done some job. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody. You guys got to come up here if you want to.
There's about 256 in the building. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. And turn on your notifications.
Sign 3 bills and do everything I just said. No auto pens allowed.
Like the video, like the video.
Number 2. Very steady hand. It's very important.
Okay, everyone, we've been live for about 43 minutes. I thank everyone. Don't forget to hit subscribe. If all 139 hit subscribe, that'll be an amazing day for me. We're trying to hit 50K by next month. Please, please hit subscribe, and thank you. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Let me see if there was any hot topics, trending topics I wanted to go through. Hold on one second. Let's see. I guess Diddy's been spotted a few times with different pictures. I'm not certain who's taking pictures of him, though. And y'all saw that recent picture. I don't know why that person's holding on him. And a lot of the picture, people are hugging him from the side. They're hugging him from the back. Some of those pictures, I don't know if they're really legit, but it looks like there's TMZ on the watermark. So, sending out these pictures of Diddy inside jail. They were talking about, remember the time when Kim went to, Kim Kardashian wore reflective glasses to to a poker event. I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? So funny. Oh my goodness. Why would you wear reflective glasses to a poker event? And it's factual. She did that. You can see the cards in the glasses. And she wore it for a little while. And then I guess, I don't know, at some point she did all right. But yeah, there's that. So I'm not going to play this. Ray J's trying to say he has music that he wants other people to sing that this guy has available. Ray J's something else. So he's sitting down with many favorite singers right now. I'm not going to name them, but I heard him say different singers. But he's trying to get different singers to take that music and re-record what he had recorded. So of course, what is that going to do? That's going to give this guy money, and that's going to give that guy money. And Ray J's trying to utilize their voice to sing his music because nobody wants to touch his music. So he's trying to get other people to sing it to make him money and to make him money. I'm not going to play the clip, but I'm just giving y'all a heads up. This is what Ray J's doing. He's sitting in a room with many men, and one of them being very famous and a great singer. He probably didn't know why Ray J wanted to sit down with him, but Ray J knew. So Ray J's crafty because you know he just had that altercation. Okay, so many people are talking about Shador Sanders and the coach. I've done a lot of clips in regards to Shador Sanders and the coach. And Shador is not having it with the media. He's not going to say anything negative about the coach. He's not going to try and say anything negative about the team. But I do have a video in regards to, we're going to go through this too. I do have a clip in regards to him on the sidelines with another player. And I guess he didn't like some of the plays. They won the first game. They didn't win the game yesterday. So people are calling him out. And then I have guys just talking about the game of how some of the plays went. And people feel that they're not setting him up for success. The other game, he did really well. This game, there's guys that's doing commentary saying, well, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they play in this play? Why are they making Shador almost look bad? So that's football. I don't know a lot about football, but when I can listen to guys and say, okay, there's a play that they should be doing this, and they're not. So why are they setting him up to fail? I don't know if that's the case. If you guys did not catch the video, for that game he won last week, he should have got the ball, the game ball. He didn't get the game ball. The coach gave it to somebody else. So people were calling out this coach, the Browns coach, in regards to not giving the ball to Shador. He gave it to another guy. Gently thanked Shador for winning, but he talked about other teammates. And many people were not happy with how he talked about not giving, more praise to Shador. He kind of, he kind of glazed over it. I did a short on it. You go check that out. Okay.
For Thanksgiving, the word is feel like he catered. So no, bro, I come from a traditional country ass black family. We doing that. If I got as much money as Russell Wilson, my whole family would talk.
Okay, so this guy is talking about going to Russell Wilson's house for Thanksgiving. And he's talking about how the mother should have been there, the relatives should have been there, his father was there. But this guy is talking about being at Russell Williams and Sierra's house. So then you have Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco talking about it. And Shannon Sharpe said, this is why I don't invite people to my house. Because look at how he's talking about Russell not having XYZ. So I might play a little bit of the clip where, maybe not. So Shannon Sharpe said, this is why I don't let jokers at my house, because they'll talk about anything, being around you, being near you. And this is why I don't be around a lot of people, because this type of situation. I don't know how long ago it was that he's talking about being at Russell's house. Let me see.
I got an answer for you, too. Why is he sharing the information anyway? Cause. See, that's what. Not Chad. Now you see why I don't have a whole lot of mofos at my house. See, he worried about somebody else's family. Your black ass there.
So anyway, Shannon Sharpe and Chad did not like that this guy went on a podcast talking about Russell Wilson's Thanksgiving. I don't know if it was this year or last year.
Your body was the MRI looking
I have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing. Goodbye, everybody. You too.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Like that they asked about the MRI.
What part of your body was the MRI looking
I have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing. Goodbye, everybody. You too.
Thank you, Mr. President.
He mad because she asked about the MRI. Of course he knows what part of the body.
Your body was the MRI looking
I have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing. Goodbye, everybody. You too.
That's a trip. He is furious. Whenever you get, and maybe it's a little different for the president, but whenever you get a request to come and see the doctor will tell you you're going to have an MRI on your head, your stomach, your shoulder. He should know which part of the body his MRI is being done on. Why is he so rude to some of these women? Is he like this with men too? Note it in the comments. Is he rude, extremely rude, calling men names like he's called the women names? I'm just curious. Let me know in the comments. But he's been calling these women a lot of names lately.
What part of your body was the MRI looking
I have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing. Goodbye, everybody. You too.
He mad. Ooh, he mad. Some of these reporters he don't like. Okay.
What part of your body was the MRI looking
I have no idea.
Let's continue. Was there anything else? Okay. A few weeks ago, I did a video in regards to Louis Vuitton is trying to sell these boots for $82K. And many people were wondering who would be the one that's going to buy these boots for $82K. That's a down payment on a crib. And it looks as if Corey was one of the ones that possibly, maybe these are some of the older boots he had, and maybe he didn't pay $82K. But why would you pay $82K when there's so many people starving, hungry, but you got these boots on your feet? True or false? Did he really buy these shoes? Okay, the other question is, everybody's asking Pharrell, what's up? Why are you marking things up so high that it's unattainable for most people? Maybe Pharrell wants to be known for having such a large number of items purchased under him. Many people don't understand what's really going on with Pharrell. Some of the prices of stuff, there's different bags that's really high priced. They're interesting looking bags. Now you got these boots that's for $82K. For what? You can go, I'm allegedly hearing, allegedly, men back in the day could get these boots for almost less than $500. So why is he asking people to pay $82K? Is he trying to, under him, sell items that's so expensive, knowing somebody's going to buy them? Now, I don't know if this is true or false, if Corey really bought the $82K boots, or these are the older boots from years and years ago. When I talk about years ago, there was a man, I did a video. I don't know if YouTube didn't like the video. I did a short on it. There was a guy that did a breakdown that you could get these boots for less than $500. And I don't know if they pushed the video through or they took it down. But he did a breakdown that back in the day, 5-10 years ago, you could get these boots for less than $500. You could get several of them for almost $250, he was saying, $250 at least, $300. Don't quote me on that, but it was less than $500. But why is Pharrell trying to mark up certain things when you can get it in the hood? In the hood for less than $5. But everybody's questioning Pharrell, and everybody's questioning some of the other bags. Go look it up. Go look up in the last year and a half certain items that Louis Vuitton has been trying to push, being these boots for $82K. One of the guys, yes, $82K. $82K. When people are starving and people are definitely trying to pay their mortgages, but if you got it, you got it. But why would you spend that? You could buy a fixer-upper for $82K. Hello. You could buy a fixer-upper for $82K. 82K. And many people have been calling out Pharrell and Louis Vuitton. But you got to remember how about what, 6 to 8 months ago, many people were calling out these fancy bags and if it's really worth the hype in regards to several of the bags being made, whether this quality leather or not, and people are spending over 200K, 300K for bags. That's a house. These women go around, they want these men to buy them these bags when they should be buying houses, not get the bags. You can get some knockoffs and really get the house. Hello? Think about it. And women are flaunting these bags. They're paying 200K, 300K. It is what it is. I guess you got it. And then when you become poor, people will talk about turning your bags. But then a lot of those bags are not even going to be worth what they paid for it. Okay. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? I'll probably do more shorts in regards to Shador, but many people have called it out the coach. So this is
because it's always somebody waiting around with something to say. Listen, I went to his house for Thanksgiving. The word is feel like he catered. So no, you know, like, bro, I come from a traditional country black family. We doing that. If I got as much money as Russell Wilson, my whole family would talk about me so bad if I didn't fly everybody out there for Thanksgiving. And I'm sponsored by an airline. Yeah. Maybe he's not close to his family. And maybe he's not. But his mama wasn't there. Sisters wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even though, like, it still works me. I'm just still, even if you don't food family, like, it still works me on Thanksgiving. My family gonna do the food. This is what we gonna do. If you the one with the money, we coming to your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me get that part.
But if his dad was there,
family on Thanksgiving, and somebody else opened their home to you while you wasn't with your family, and he just looked like the type to show up empty-handed with an empty stomach, not offering nothing but got something to say. Like, I'm just confused because your family ain't want you around. Why did he have to invite you to Thanksgiving dinner?
Hello.
Why you ain't fly your family out? Honestly, I just feel like people always got something to say about Russell Wilson because they cannot understand how this man is in a happy, healthy relationship with his wife and his beautiful children. People talk about Ciara and Russell because they could never.
Hello.
They could never. Talking about the food was catered and you don't understand that. Well, why you ain't cook something then?
Hello.
Sounds like you came with just your 2 empty hands and left with a full belly. And this is exactly why I don't be having nobody at my house. Because it's always somebody waiting around with.
So there's that. Many people are calling out the guy for trying to call out Russell Wilson. And many people are tired of men trying to shade Russell Wilson for taking care of Future's child, being a great husband to Ciara. People like negativity. Why isn't their marriage celebrated? Because people like negativity. Congratulations, Ciara, you found a great man versus being with Future, versus being with Bow Wow. People love to shade Russell Wilson, and then they try and call him different names. Why aren't men that's taking care of the children and having a wife, and he has Ciara? Why isn't that celebrated? Because people like negativity. They don't want to celebrate a great wedding or a great marriage. Just like the same as the Kardashians. They don't celebrate Kourtney. Kourtney's the only Kardashian that's married, and you'll see different plotted stories that's planted against Kourtney. The Kardashians are not celebrating Kourtney being married. She's the only one married out of all them girls. They do not celebrate Kourtney. They will bring drama to Kourtney's wedding. They'll bring drama to Kourtney's marriage. They'll bring drama to Kourtney's, oh, she's posting about this child, and she's not posting about that child. They will bring drama to Kourtney because Kourtney likes to film what she want to film. So they was like, okay, you don't want to do what we doing, being Kim and Khloe. They like to bring drama to Kourtney because they'll rather plant stories about Kourtney versus making it seem like this is a happy, healthy marriage. The Kardashians love drama and conflict. She's the only one that's married. She has a husband. She has her children. And Kim and Khloe and Kris is frustrated that Kourtney don't want to work like she works. So if Kourtney worked like Khloe and Kim, it would take a little bit of the load off. But Kourtney not having it. She want to be with her husband and she want to be with her kids, and she has every right to do so. So when men are calling out Russell and trying to shade him for being a great husband and taking care of his kids, that's crazy to me. People love drama and they love conflict. Why not celebrate a wife and husband doing well in their fields? You know what I'm saying? It's just weird to me. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it there. So thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. I've been live for an hour and 18 minutes. I hope everyone has hit subscribe. There's about 125 in the building. I hope y'all have hit subscribe. The likes should be liking way more than that. Let's get the likes up, you guys. 28 likes, and I've been live for an hour. 28 likes. Let's get the likes up, everyone. If I get 80 people to double tap that screen, hit the thumbs up above the video or below the video. Are you saying no that you don't want to hit like? You don't even have to be here. I'm not putting up with no rudeness. It's Monday. Please like the video. The likes should match the views. Please like the video. Please like the video. We're not dealing with no rudeness over here. Thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you all for being here. There we go. I might have timed the wrong person out. But like the video as you guys come in. Like the video as you guys come in. There's about 118 in the building. Can I get 85 people to hit the thumbs up? 85 people to hit the thumbs up. It actually pushes us into the algorithm and letting people know that we're live. So yes, definitely hit the like button. Hit the like button. We covered a lot. We covered Trump news. We covered a few hot topics, trending topics. Normally I'll do the Trump news first and then I'll do hot topics, trending topics. Are you guys surprised that this guy is speaking out in regards to being at Russell's house and saying and wondering why his whole nieces, nephews, and mom isn't there? Maybe they had other plans. Him and Sierra have been married for a very long time. They probably were in the beginning, or maybe when they got together, but other people have things to do. Moms are cooking, they're tired. Moms are going to church events and girlfriends' houses, they're doing other things. And sometimes, you know, people don't maybe come together for Thanksgiving, but they come together maybe for Christmas. So people are calling this guy out. There's about 119 people in the building. Please hit the like button, you guys. Please hit the like button, you guys. Please hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. 127. Double tap the screen, hit the thumbs up, and thank you. Okay, everyone, I've been live for an hour, so thanks for being here. I didn't go live for like 4 days. I enjoyed my vacation. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you were able to fill your belly and have a great time with friends and family. I hope there was no drama, no issues. I got to watch what I say on YouTube, so that's why I hesitated to say that. But I hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving. The holidays are coming. Spend wisely. Don't go over budget. Make sure you pay your bills first, then get those gifts. And if you got to pay 2 months of bills first, then do that. But don't go crazy spending money on Christmas gifts when people probably aren't getting you nothing. It's different if you spend that money on your kids, but make sure, because of everything that's going on, make sure you got 3 to 6 months of savings now, because there is a lot going on. If you could do that, that's a blessing. Make sure you save, stack and save, stack and save. Thanks for being here, everyone. Have a great day. Be blessed.